Hello everyone, it's us from TV Days Drama Digest, back again with a blockbuster update from the world of Days of Our Lives. Today we're diving deep into a storyline that has all the ingredients of classic Salem drama: betrayal, secrets, and the potential shattering of relationships. Rumors are swirling that Doug is about to face serious consequences that could send him packing from Salem for good. And it all starts with Tate's decision to go behind Holly's back and expose Doug's dark secret to Jullie. So, will Doug ultimately say goodbye to Holly and leave town after being unmasked? Let's break down every dramatic twist and turn in this unfolding saga. Tate's secret betrayal. The phone call that changed everything. In the latest developments, we learned that Tate, driven by mounting resentment and an unclear sense of justice, has made a shocking decision. Behind Holly's back, he made a clandestine phone call to Jullie, revealing a secret that Doug has desperately tried to keep hidden. According to spoilers, Tate disclosed details about the incident involving the stolen necklace, a secret that has now set off a chain reaction of events. The revelation of this secret wasn't subtle. When Jullie receives the call, she is thrown into a state of confusion and disbelief upon learning the name of the person allegedly responsible for taking her treasured necklace. Jullie, who has always placed her trust in those closest to her, finds it difficult to accept that Doug, a man who has been a fixture in her life, might be the culprit. Yet, as Tate's call continues, he reveals enough details to convince her that the accusation might indeed be true. The shock of this revelation is just the beginning of what could become a full-blown scandal. Holly's suspicion and Tate's mounting guilt as the secret begins to unravel. Holly remains blissfully unaware, at least for the moment, of the treachery unfolding behind her back. Earlier that day, Holly had been seen meeting Doug at the park, an ordinary, seemingly innocuous encounter. However, when she returns, she can't help but notice that Tate appears unusually tense, his demeanor strained and his eyes filled with worry. It's clear that Tate is wrestling with the heavy burden of guilt over what he has done. Tate's motivations for exposing Doug have been complex. He may have been driven by a desire for retribution or a misguided sense of righteousness, but his actions come with a heavy price. Not only is he betraying Holly's trust by keeping the secret from her, but he is also setting in motion events that might have far-reaching consequences for his own relationship. Tate's inner turmoil is palpable, and his attempts to hide his guilt from Holly only serve to heighten the tension. It seems that what started as a secretive act of snitching could be the beginning of his own downfall. The confrontation at the Horton house. Jullie takes charge as the day unfolds. The tension reaches a boiling point at the Horton house. Jullie, armed with the incriminating details provided by Tate, finally confronts Doug about the stolen necklace. The confrontation is nothing short of explosive. Jullie's voice trembles with a mix of anger and betrayal as she demands the truth from Doug. For years, she has trusted him, and now she feels that trust has been irrevocably shattered. In the midst of the heated exchange, Doug appears visibly remorseful. Overwhelmed by the consequences of his actions and the pain he has caused, he begins to confess, admitting everything and begging for forgiveness. His confession, however, is met with a reaction that is as uncompromising as it is heartbreaking. Jullie, still reeling from the betrayal and unable to simply let go, refuses to grant him immediate forgiveness. Instead, she contemplates a drastic decision. She might kick Doug out of the house, or even go as far as considering pressing charges against him. The intensity of this moment is palpable. Jullie's internal struggle is evident as she grapples with her deep sense of hurt. On one hand, she longs to move forward and heal. On the other, the weight of betrayal makes forgiveness seem nearly impossible at this moment. For Doug, the road to redemption appears steep and fraught with obstacles. His remorse is sincere, but whether it is enough to mend the rift he has created remains to be seen. The domino effect. Holly confronts Tate as if the situation with Doug wasn't dramatic enough. The repercussions of Tate's betrayal are beginning to come to light. It doesn't take long before Holly, who values honesty and loyalty above all else, starts noticing inconsistencies in the story and the tension in Tate's behavior. When the truth inevitably reaches her ears, that Tate was the one who betrayed Doug by exposing his secret, Holly is devastated. Imagine the emotional storm that ensues when Holly confronts Tate. "My selfish boyfriend betrayed you," she might exclaim in a moment of raw emotion, directly accusing Tate of undermining their relationship with his actions. The fallout from this revelation will likely be catastrophic, not just for Tate's standing with Holly, but also for the overall trust and harmony within their close-knit circle in Salem. What was intended as a move to expose wrongdoing may now have backfired spectacularly, setting off a chain reaction of mistrust and anger. The ramifications of Tate's actions ripple outwards. As Holly grapples with the betrayal, the delicate balance of relationships in Salem begins to shift. It becomes increasingly clear that the fallout from this scandal could lead to the end of multiple alliances and perhaps even the departure of key characters from the town. The ultimate question? Will Doug say goodbye to Holly? At the heart of this unfolding drama lies the crucial question. Will Doug, faced with the exposure of his secret and the subsequent fallout, choose to say goodbye to Holly and leave Salem? The pressure on Doug is immense. His secret has not only jeopardized his own reputation, but has also put at risk the trust and love he shares with Holly. As the truth continues to emerge, Doug finds himself at a crossroads. On one side is the possibility of redemption, a long, painful journey toward regaining the trust of those he has hurt. On the other side looms the reality of a relationship that might not survive the magnitude of betrayal. Julie's confrontations have already set in motion a series of events that could force Doug to make a life-altering decision. If Jullie decides to kick him out of the house, the consequences for his relationship with Holly could be severe. The prospect of leaving Salem, of saying a final goodbye to the town and the people he loves, hangs over him like a dark cloud. This is the kind of dramatic, high-stakes storyline that has defined days of our lives for decades. Every secret, every lie, and every act of betrayal carries consequences that reverberate through the lives of the characters. For Doug, the path forward is uncertain, and every step he takes now will determine whether he can rebuild his life in Salem or if he will be forced to walk away from everything he holds dear. The fallout for all, impact on Salem's community. While the immediate focus is on Doug, Tate, Holly, and Jullie, it's important to note that the repercussions of these events will be felt throughout Salem. The intricate web of relationships that have been built over years of drama and passion is now at risk of unraveling. Trust, once the bedrock of many friendships and alliances, is now in a state of crisis. Julie's confrontation with Doug and the subsequent revelation of Tate's betrayal will likely trigger further investigations and confrontations. Other characters who have been indirectly involved in this situation may find themselves drawn into the conflict, forced to take sides or reveal long-buried secrets of their own. Salem, a town known for its shifting alliances and explosive drama, is once again on the brink of transformation. Will the community rally together to help mend the broken trust, or will this scandal mark the beginning of a new era of division and strife? The answers are uncertain, but one thing is clear: the actions taken today will have long-lasting effects on every corner of Salem. As friends turn into foes and secrets come to light, the fabric of the community will be forever altered. The road ahead, new beginnings or bitter endings. As we look to the future, the questions loom large. Can Doug ever redeem himself in the eyes of those he has hurt? Is there a path to reconciliation between Holly and the man she once loved? Or will the betrayal be too deep to overcome, forcing Doug to leave Salem and start anew somewhere else? And what about Tate? Will his actions be the catalyst for his own downfall, or will he manage to escape the consequences of his betrayal? The unfolding drama promises to be as unpredictable as it is heart-wrenching. Every character stands at a crossroads, and the decisions they make in the coming days will shape the future of days of our lives. The tension is high, the stakes are even higher, and the emotional roller coaster shows no signs of slowing down. As we await the next dramatic twist in the saga, one thing is certain: the legacy of betrayal and redemption in Salem is far from over. Each revelation, each tearful confession, and each act of courage or betrayal adds another layer to the intricate tapestry that is Days of Our Lives. In conclusion, share your theories and reactions. Thank you for joining us here at TV Days Drama Digest as we navigate through one of the most emotionally charged and dramatic storylines yet. Doug's secret, Tate's betrayal, Julie's heartbreak, and Holly's inevitable confrontation all converge to create a narrative that promises to leave an indelible mark on the future of Salem. We want to hear from you. Do you think Doug will ultimately be forced to leave Salem after being exposed by Jullie? Will Holly forgive him, or is their relationship doomed by this betrayal? And what about Tate? Will his actions come back to haunt him, or will he manage to keep his secret hidden a little longer? Your thoughts, predictions, and emotional reactions are what fuel our community, so please share them in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.